What's up, guys? Today I'm going to do the unboxing video for the Team Redcat BE6S. It's the first in the Team Redcat line, and hopefully more to come. 6S truck, and it's fully loaded. It's basically the jacked up version of the MT8E. But some things that are on this truck for the price difference. If you're on the hook and you really like the truck, you like the look, and you don't know which one you want to buy, I can already tell you it's this one. But if you're on a budget, I want you to see what you're missing out on in comparison, and then plenty of videos online already that I have. A couple of them already done with this truck, a couple done as a preview of this truck. I have a couple more to edit up, but it just takes a little bit of time. So I think we're gonna probably start fresh, crack on the new body, get it looking like it should. Although I'm not going with the ballooning tires. I have another option which I'll go over with you guys as well, and hopefully they keep them coming for me, and I can offer them to other people because they're awesome tires. But all right, so let's crack this thing open. I'll go over everything. We'll take a look at it. Man, those bodies always look different up close. It's got a lot more white in it than. Man, I'm kind of liking those white tires now, Steve. These tires are so much better than the ones that come on the 4S version. Those things were so soft. I mean these are going to balloon. I've already seen videos of them. Definitely a bonus, but it's something I'm going to be upgrading myself. I mean, I know they're going to pancake up on me and stuff, and I'm just not going to deal with it. Don't want to dirty them up anyway. So you have 4 of them. Alright, I mean, they put these trucks in here pretty nice. They definitely package them well. So here it is. It's a bad looking truck, man. I mean, I love love what they did with the eyes. Well, I call them eyes, but the way they look like eyes now, kind of like the halos, compared to which I like that style, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's not that. I mean, just that look is the halo look. I'd be honest with you, I wish they were working. If they were working, oh my god, that'd be awesome. But anyway, this is what you get out the box. I mean, the truck is selling, I think $659 is the lowest price available for it. I have it again, bundled with batteries and things. Best deals, you can get coupon codes and things as well for the website. This is everything that comes out the box. So I mean, obviously you got your beautiful truck here. This remote control, it's the same that all the Team Redcat and Team Magic are using. I like it. It's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's got a nice feel to it. Digital trim settings, throttle settings, some other buttons. Like I said, I haven't even. I need to play around with it more. You can pull out the manual. It's stuff that you're going to pick up. I mean, if you know what it does, it might have some benefit to you, I guess, for something. But I've never had to touch anything other than occasional trim. I mean, the remote, everything, other electronics have been so responsive and just really not out of whack. I didn't really have any issues with servos and things like that as far as alignment goes. The servo and the mine did go up, but Redcat stood behind it and replaced it. So it's a nice remote, man. I mean, it does have an alarm on it that will let you know if you leave it on. So if you leave it in the trunk and put it down, you'll hear it beeping going on the road. So this is pretty cool. I mean, I like to have a nice manual. I mean, it really, it costs a good bit of money to make a color manual. I mean, you're paying for it in the truck price, but at least they give it back to you and they'll throw some little black and white magazine in there at you. Here we are. That's where you're going to find the remote control layout. Tells you everything you need to know about it. Gives you the full exploitive view. I mean, it's a nice manual. All right, we're not. I mean, I could go over it. I'm trying to be as thorough. I mean, I've seen this truck, so far I'm not that excited about what I see yet. Other than I love the body. So like, what I want to see is kind of hidden right now underneath, and that's going to be my initial reaction, like kind of like I was with that one when I did the unboxing. It's, you know, I've kind of seen this much of it. I want to see more of it. So I'm not trying to not cover the manual. It's just, it's a manual. They do got your spacers and the side body posts. I personally almost put these on once just to have them on there, but I thought about having to, you know, put 2 more body pins out. I mean, I guess if you had any flap or if it ever gave me any issue on the sides, I might have done it. But this body, I mean, you flip it, man, between the wing and the claddings. I mean, my bodies are, I'll show you mine when we do a comparison here in a few. It's got hardly any scuffs on it and things. I mean, even my body I sold, my stock body, it, you know, I sold it to somebody, put brand new clad body pieces on it, and it was, you know, brand new condition, really. They do give you, I believe, another set of the body pins in there, which these, I do love the Team Redcat body pins. They are nice heavy. I usually order these for a lot of the bigger vehicles I have just because I like the clips better. So, alright, let's get the top off this thing, man. I'm eager to see it. Alright, so out the gate, man, I mean, the wing shims, I mean, that's probably about a $13-14 upgrade from the stock one. I mean, they're very nice, and the reason why I like these is this wing's going to take a lot of abuse, especially if you're showing off, if you don't have your belly bar down, or just, you know, pulling back and landing on that wing. What happens is the bolts get stressed a little bit and they wind up pulling through, and this gets worn out when it's plastic. So a lot of people don't understand that, you know, what they're for. Oh, I don't need them, but I mean, they're actually pretty cool. I have the kit as well on my website, which is the body cladding pieces, the wing shims, aluminum, and then the wing itself. And also I have the one without the wing shims in case you damage it again and still need to come back and get your wing and top assembly. So it should be the best price. You know, I usually probably try to be real competitive. So changing tires on this thing is probably going to result in having to change these hubs out as well. I've already had one customer that we did the white rims on. You know, the real nice rims. I'll put a picture up of that one. He said these hubs, since they were spined, they're real sharp. He said, I mean, they definitely don't have a full feel, and they're not like the regular hex 17 millimeters. So these spined, with these spines, it's just tearing up the inside of his rim a little bit. So we don't think that's going to work longevity wise. So I got them right now. We put the ones from another vehicle. I told him to throw one there, and we're going to see if they work. And if that works, and you know, he's able to run his tires, then we'll keep that tire option open. But it's one that I want to show you guys as well. So I'm hoping it is just the hub issue. But anything you're going to change, whether it's the Pro line or not, I'm changing mine. I'm not going to have that happen. And they should fit like a Terremoto, because that's the hubs I used on the other truck to get the tires I had on that one. Again, they had the black spine hubs on that one, which they don't feel as sharp. This definitely feels more rigid, like I could feel it almost like what he's saying would cut into it. It's real sharp. Anyway, just wanted to go over that before, you know, got into it. But that is, if you know, something you're thinking about changing tires out on this thing, which you may want to after you drive it. Alright, the bodies, I mean, I usually Gorilla tape my bodies. I mean, this one's not completely necessary, although I have had a customer say that he shattered his on his other truck before. So I've taken these off, put my Gorilla tape down real close to the holes, put them back on. Gives it a little extra grip as well from pulling through, which it's never done, and just gives it a heavier feeling as well. I mean, I'm not worried about the weight on the vehicle as much as I am just the flexibility and not having any creases or anything if it does flex or bend. Especially if you take a hard landing or something on the roof, it's still going to have the possibility of flexing. So, but they're nice bodies. I mean, they're really heavy, they're well made, and the body cladding really does do its trick. Alright, not feeling that. Well, that's the capacitor I don't have on mine, which I'm supposed to put on. I better get on that. But man, I'm really disappointed. I thought the pictures that they were blasting and showing around of this truck had the Velcro's already on it. I was really looking forward to actually having that already on it. But well, I'm an idiot, guys. I never took the time yesterday in the unboxing video. I was so disappointed to see these covers that I never I never went any further with it. But apparently there's the straps I wanted. So they are there. I don't know why they would give you the covers on top of that, but either way, yeah, you can just probably toss them somewhere because they're a pain in the ass. But there they are. That's if you own the MT8E, like me, this is what you want. I mean, definitely. Oh, I'm so happy to see that on there. Actually, now I can rest assured that they are part of it. And I was a little bit ticked off, and I didn't want to make a big deal about it until I talked to Redcat, because it is on their website. And like I said, I wasn't going to blow up their spot until I had a chance to discuss it with them. And then before I even got a chance to do that today, I was talking to one of my customers, and he's like, "No, I have straps." So there they are. That's exactly what I wanted to see yesterday, but nonetheless, they're there. So just looking at this right now, from the MT8E was, it's, I mean, obviously the wing shims, it's the aluminum shocks, it's the differential reduction gearbox, it's the motor mount, which is a slide motor mount with a cover, it's the motor, it's the ESC, and it is the color of the titanium, the TI here, shock towers that used to be red on the other version. And and we're missing two of them. The out drives, and it's got the upgraded differential, but all the out drives have been upgraded on this too. So it's got the real heavy duty ones. So these, that's some of the other key upgrades. I mean, all the upgrades that this thing has on it. I mean, the truck, let me not sound too excited about this truck. It's a beautiful truck. I mean, I know exactly what the parts that I just named to you are worth, so for price differences for what you're buying here on 6S, which is it's a 2200 kV motor. It's a Max 8 combo. It's 150 amp ESC. The dual Deans. I mean, it's got some power to it. I mean, they put it's a 47 spur with a 11 tooth pinion in here. So I mean, this thing's got torque for days. I mean, this one had a 46, and it came with a 14. So they went down one, up one, so it still would have been like running that on a 13, which was way too much torque even at that, especially with that lock diff for the stock one that the upgrade didn't come with. So the value again is definitely in this truck compared to that one, where you're looking at a little bit over $200. And I mean, the motor combo alone is almost that. Buying the aluminum and then getting a free motor by buying this as an upgrade, or you're buying the motor and ESC and getting the aluminum upgrades. So however you want to look at it, it's a win-win for the little bit more that it is over that truck, and it's well worth it. I mean, don't look at it as a Redcat. Don't make any judgment. I mean, the truck itself speaks for itself. The truck speaks for itself. It really does. I mean, you can't. It's really hard not to like this truck. T-Bone's supporting it. I mean, T-Bone's got the whole cover piece here, which I'll post a picture up there as well. It covers up all this. Make sure no dirt and dust can get up in there. That's really nice. I mean, when you see T-Bone, companies like that stepping in, you're getting third-party support. It's something people shouldn't at least turn your nose up to until you've tried it or pulled the trigger on one of them. And again, this thing's going to be a torque crazy hound. Probably not that fast out the box. Until you start gearing it up a little bit. I mean, I didn't even open mine up until I was probably about 17 tooth pinion, and that was with a different spur. But so yeah, man, it's a beast. You're getting an awesome truck for your money. I mean, that I know for sure, you know, for a fact. I mean, it's got the, just like the MT8E, it's got the spring. I mean, the only thing with my bumper I've broken is the corner here when I hit it in the parking lot. I don't want to roll. You know, I've never had any problems with compression on these, and I've taken tons of nosedive on these trucks. You know, the little one considering as well, and it's got the same kind of bumper setup. So it's it's a well-built truck, man. I mean, it's I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm not covering. It's I think it's a 15 or 20 kg Savox. It's their baseline Savox. I mean, you can find them for about anywhere from 40, 45 bucks, something like that online maybe. I mean, they should be selling for about 60, but you got a lot of people that undercut on eBay. So the truck, I mean, the truck's ready to run, and, you know, just throw your batteries in it. But it's a couple things you want to do for ease of access and just to get yourself from being mad later. I mean, I tell people this, everybody wants to do it. Unless you want to do standing backflips and scratch your thing out right away, you're going to want to lower this. And I mean, maybe even all the way down, because that's where I was at. And it's only 2 positions. I know you see 4 holes, but they move in 2s. So, I mean, I guess you wouldn't have to move in 2s, but I mean, I had mine all the way down. If you want to pull wheelies and ride wheelies controllably, that's where you want it at. If you want to spin back flips and just have it drag on your bumper when it walks, it kind of like gets this wobbly walk, especially if you got the stock tires on, which are ballooning. It's just like a chaotic mess of things that are going to cause you to flip your truck, having that up like that. So unless you're looking to do that and bash it up, go for it. Take my advice if not, and drop this down. So I mean, you'll be much happier with it afterwards, and you're probably going to do it anyway. So it does have the waterproof case. I mean, this is a nice little sealed container. I mean, you can take care of your tires, plug your tires, put a little piece of tape on the back of your tires, and you could drown this thing pretty much. I mean, the ESC is waterproof. It's going to be in the water. The box is not going to get any water in there where the receiver at, which is splash proof as well, but the receiver's in there protected. Got your little stub antenna, which, you know, amazingly still has the same kind of ranges as the other trucks. I mean, I haven't had any issues with that. So this, I was not able to get back on. I'm gonna have to see if this is a different part number. If you do upgrade your truck, and from the other one, this I could not get back on, so I left it off. But you'll see the difference. I'll get you guys a visual here of this truck. We'll get the shoes on it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the tires on it that came with it on one side. I'm going to put the tires that are going on mine on the other side, and just so you can see the difference in what they are, because we're also going to do later on, I might do a separate video for it, just in case anyone has them and wants to look up those tires specifically. But we'll do a strap test. I'm going to show you the ballooning that the stock tires will do on 6S compared to what the strapped ones are going to be, which are pretty right here. These are really nice tires. I mean, they're not much difference at all size wise, but what these will do compared to what these will as far as ballooning up is, I mean, it should be pretty evident. I mean, if it's anything like I've seen on the videos and things like that, these will do like I thought, and these will show you why it's worth having them. Especially, any of you seen my early testings when I was throwing tires on this thing. When I first got it on there, I had the Avalanche tires on. I tried a couple different ones. That's what led me to the SRC crushers at first, just to have a tire I could control and get going. And then, of course, when I got with Proline, I started digging into what they have and strapping them, and that seems to be the trick as well. All right, we'll get this together, and we'll take a look at what it looks like when it's all together. Alright, so here we have it. That's what she looks like, all turned on, ready to roll. It's got the 2 bigger LEDs. I think they're like 10mm, and I believe these are probably like a 3 maybe. Either way, they're in a kit, so if you need any more of them, they break or anything, you can always get them replaced right from Redcat. You don't have to go like hunting for your own sizes. Talking earlier about T-Bone and some of the stuff they make, they do make the extended bumper, and I'll put a picture of that up there for you as well. Personally, I don't like how it comes out. You know, it's a two bumper look. But if you're a basher and you really want the protection, yeah, it's going to do its purpose for you. But, you know, it's each his own. If you like that, that's exactly what you want. I talked about everything, and like I said, I'm going to go over one more time with this truck real quick. I just want to give you an overview. We're going to go over it and just kind of one more pass at it before we get into a comparison. It's an awesome truck. I'm going to go ahead and get the other one out side by side, and just want to show, you know, what mine looks like. We'll show you some of the abuse it's taken as far as wear and tear on the parts, what they look like. You know, some of the differences, see if there's any difference in the thickness of the shock tower. And I think I still have the plastic towers on the front of my, or plastic shocks on the front of mine as well. So take a peek at them. So I got mine out. Now, obviously this is not the Team Redcat bumper. They didn't have the clear body. I really wanted to change the color up a little bit, so I had to get the Team Magic one at the time, and I'm waiting for that one to come out clear, and I'll probably do the same with that. But for now, I'm probably going to run that body on this. We'll take a look at it and see what it looks like with the red. I kind of like my red shocks, but I mean, the vehicles, you know, from the outside, like I said, size-wise, between the SRC crushers on this one, and obviously the big tire difference on this one is the monster truck stock, so it's just looks a little bit smaller from here. Maybe it's the same on camera, I don't know. Alright, let's see what these things look like side by side. I do have the steel posts on mine, and these, you see these are scratched up. I drove this without the body once and flipped it, and that's the only reason these would get scratched up, because if not, this would have protected it right here. But yeah, so this, I think will get a, it'll be a nice look and a nice touch right here, especially with the wings, the wing shims. I do like the Team Redcat vehicle logos and decals better than that, but that one's even better, in my opinion. Go over here. Oh yeah. Is there? Alright, I get a chance to clean mine up since I ran it the other day, but it's. So this is mine now. Obviously, it's not what it was at first, but like I said, couldn't get this to fit back on the exact same way. It almost looks like they have it sitting down. Like, I think that's how they did it. I don't think it's sitting. like mine is anymore, because it definitely seems like it's sitting lower. Like probably like right around halfway of the motor. I don't know, about the same. Who knows? Even my motors wires being crossed right about where they crossed them at, it's the same. But you have to obviously cross them for the rotation, unless you flip this and then it's not long enough. So there's only one way you can make the ESC face, and that's why you gotta do that. But they also have their power button, which I'll probably, now that I know there's probably nothing in there, I'll probably take that off and do the same, just to, I guess actually it doesn't even bother me there. I will see. I mean, who knows? This is for my LED lights for my Terramoto body I have for this. So this same thing, receiver box, everything's exact. And even looking at the aluminum here, it's the same. I mean, it might be a millimeter thicker. And of course the plastic body top shocks. I mean, they definitely made a difference for the rear, which was taking all my abuse. But yeah, I mean, you see the wheelie bar difference. That's where I run mine at, which is not, looks like I didn't put it all the way down, but one away from being all the way down. And I mean, that's a good height. Now when I put the bigger tires back on it, it might, it might not be the same height, but we'll see. I mean, it'll be fine with me. Probably not going to mess with it anymore. I mean, these trucks are definitely a beast in the condition they're in right now. And again, I'm going with, I have the 22 in there right now. So eventually, after the tires get put on, I might be alright to stay there, because I do feel like I could go up another pinion gear, but I'm probably going to leave it. We'll play it by ear. So I mean, and the arms, everything's the same. I mean, these are two identical vehicles with the exception of the upgrade, so they're not two separate vehicles. And then for the bottom of this, let me show you mine. Again, I have the outdrives as well, but I put these on, and what that does, give me a sec. And what that does is it protects this nice shiny looking plastic, which, I mean, these screws can get dug into. You can see mine have taken a little bit of abuse even with this, supposedly they're protected. But the biggest thing is you just want to make it easier to, or break these screws off in that plastic where you can't get them out. That's where your differentials have to come out at. So yeah, again, no big deal. But the T-bone, the T-bone one covers all this, and it actually has the piece that goes over this. So if you do have a T-bone, you wouldn't want to get this in the front. But the rear doesn't have it, and the rear slams. I mean, my rear is worse off than my front. It's usually where I bottom at. These shocks only have little dampers in them, dampening things you can put up here, spacers. And I have them down, I think, 2 each, which is a nice ride for me. I really like it. I like the way this truck jumps. I like the way it carries its pitch in the air. Oh, turn myself sideways, sorry. I don't know how much of that was sideways, guys. But yeah, it's a fun truck to drive, man. It really is. So I'm actually really eager to get it out with the other tires on it, and get it back to bashing, because I've been doing speed runs and gearing issues and testing things with this truck for so long. I really haven't had a chance to bash it like I was when I first got it. So it will definitely get put to its test, just like I'm doing with the smaller truck. We'll see what we can do, bash them up. And I mean, they have the aluminum upgrades for these, so I know I can go ahead and start upgrading this thing if I wanted to. So maybe piece by piece we'll get it upgraded. So yeah, I mean, that's anything else am I missing here? you know, the strap test. I might do a strap test. I might actually do the nah, stay tuned. Find the video for the strap test. It'll be a separate video, just because I want to do it for Proline, you know, strapped and unstrapped, and then I also want to do it comparison for this vehicle. So we'll leave it to a separate video just to make it a little bit easier for people finding it on the web. All right, these are the Proline Super Swampers. Now, Proline has discontinued these off the rim. I've been working with them, and it's a very long process. And I mean, they're always back ordering them when I get them. So I order like 6 sets, and they'll send me 4 and back order 2. By the time I sell them and get those 2, I'm ready for more. So, but you know, these tires are lighter than they look. They're beefier than like the Shockwaves, which I do like as well. The Shockwaves will be more of a low profile, you know, to really hold up against ballooning. These do as well with their strap when they're strapped correctly. So we have one of the ones they want to sell you pre-mounted, and then we have one of the ones as well that is not. So we'll do a strap test on these and do these side by side and show you what you know, why you want to get them off the rim. But basically also we're going to do a comparison for this particular video for this truck for these tires. So side by side, kind of what you're seeing here right now would be the strap test. So you can see what the difference is, man. I mean, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people know about it. Some people don't. If you don't, I'll be the one to show you what the difference is. So mainly about control and being able to handle the vehicle under high speeds. So I mean, I like the bigger look with these tires right now, but I know what they're going to do. And I already have lower profile tires on mine now, so I'm used to this look. So this look still looks good to me. And it's got that factory dryness to them. I clean them up a little bit, and they will be they'll be looking pretty sharp too. Actually, I'll show you what they look like with those white ones. I think earlier with the white rims. That was these tires mounted on there, so I'll throw that back up in case you didn't catch that. Alright, well, we'll dig more into that later on. This is completely stock BE6S 5200 50C batteries on 3S. Had to do the tires because my Proline stands, I mean, only let the tires sit right about here, and if they do start pancaking, obviously I don't want it getting carried away here on my mat, so we're going to try it this way. Holy hell. Look at them. Wow. It's a big difference, but like I said, I really want to show you guys that. And the tires I do that'll be strapped is what I'll show you guys in a separate video. You know, showing you what, even with this truck, I'll probably do it with this truck, but then again I'll try it again, do it with my truck, which has much more speed, much more, it's going to make them balloon and kick up. It's going to make it test it a little bit more, I guess you could say. But even with that alone, with 11 tooth, I couldn't imagine throwing these tires on my truck right now. They would probably come off the rim. But yeah, so that's what you got. I mean, they're nice tires on 4S. If you're going to be running them on 6S and you want any kind of control with this vehicle, we're going to talk about upgrades. And again, that's probably going to involve changing out the hubs as well. So, alright, so that's the end of the balloon test on these. And what I got here is the Super Swampers on the Proline Desperados. I got them strapped with Gorilla Tape and glued. So this is what I will be running on my truck, which like I was saying in the other strapping, or the other stock one, I'm running a 20 tooth, which it's going to put more pressure on than what you're even going to see now. But if you think about that and watch these, just think about what mine would be doing to these. I mean, once you upgrade them and get that spur gear upgraded, it's going to be even worse than what we're seeing now, basically, is my point. So, alright, let's get this thing fired up. I hope it stays up here. And lights are going to be killer. We have to go from the top. Big difference when you're talking about, you know, almost 60 miles an hour or 50 plus, which is probably where mine's at right now. I haven't really been able to get a true clock on it yet, just running out of room. I do know a spot I'm going to eventually get it out to get an actual speed test on it. And I got the crushers on it right now to do so, but this is definitely a big difference. I mean, you can just imagine how much more control you're going to have with a tire like this. Compared to a tire like that. Yeah, they may look cooler, and you know, maybe like, oh man, look how fast that is because the tires are ballooning, until you just have absolutely no control and you're constantly flipping your truck or wrecking it just because of, you know, this exact reason, you know, alone. Whether you're the best driver in the world, you know, you're going to wind up wrecking it a lot more than you would if you had these strapped, which if you could strap these, it would be a whole nother story. I mean, if you want to take the time and heat these up and take the glue off and you know, put the tape on these stock tires, I'm sure these tires would hold up a little bit better. They still feel a little soft, but I'm sure they would not be as bad as they are right now. It's a lot of work though. So if you know you don't want to run these like this, I suggest if you're buying this truck, get them, take these tires off, sell them to people, because there's people running the 4S version that the soft tires that come on that truck are way worse than these, and these are way better as far as that goes. So people will probably buy your tires on eBay, and you know, you can take that money and put it towards, you know, getting yourself a nice set of something like this, which will run you about 90 bucks for a set of rims and tires, and then you can strap and balance them. So, and I'll have eventually, as soon as the Super Swampers, I'm having a hard time getting these. These are the tires I love on this truck. I do have another alternative option coming from this, from IMEX. So once they get here, I'll be able to do up a set of those as well and see what they look like. But until then, once I have confirmation I can get these on a regular still, and I get a good bit of stock, I'll have these up on my website as well, and I'll have it linked to this truck and a couple other ones. So keep your eyes out, and if you have any questions or anything, hit me up. Thanks.